Alright, welcome to the round 4 game of my REV GP. I'm playing against Drake, and we're both 3-1, so this game will determine who makes it to top cut. Hopefully I get a good roll. Yeah, that's I get to be on the play, and this hand, what deck are they on? They're on Jeskai control. I don't think this hand's that good. Like it only gets going on turn 3. And overall doesn't really hit much in Jeskai control, so yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this, and well, this is even worse. Do I keep it anyways though? I mean, I want to go down to 5 against control. You know what, screw it, yes, I want to. This is better than nothing. Yeah, I keep this. So I get to go Luxurious Estate. So I bombed 2 Luxurious Estates, I think. Right. Well, either ways, I know I'm going turn 1 and Luxurious turn, unless I want Contested Passage. Yeah, I don't want to lose. I mean, it's a control matchup, but I don't want to lose too much life. So I'll bomb 2 Luxurious Estates. Like go turn 1 Contested Passage, fetch Mountain, because that's usually the color I want, I think. Unless I'm probably gonna I'm gonna massacre myself if I. Okay, I guess I'm fetching Plains, because if I don't draw any other white source, at least I get to cast Asa High, and I don't want to fetch blue because that's useless for anything else. Alright, Studio Excelsior will give me all my colors. Grand Consonance, Silver Sun Ancient. I want these guys on top right now. No, I need action right now, really badly too. So yeah, I think doing this kind does signal to my opponent that I don't have anything good in hand, or at least anything useful in the early game in hand. Is it the early game? No, it's like mid game, turn 3-ish. If they remove my Elvish Witness, I'm still fine, I think. How easily can they remove my Elvish Witness anyways? They have lots of removal, right? Yeah. So they got Braze, which is 2 damage, or 2 mana do 5 damage. Riftoff, Fall Vergeron, Lithium E-Cake. Yeah, tons of removal. They pass, so they let me on top of a Mad Dork. Interesting. Oh, Ulfro, that's really nice. And that's probably eating a counter spell, but that's fine, because it opens the way for Asahai, assuming nothing gets killed. I do need to use Elvish Witness for mana this turn, or unless I want to pay 2 life. Is that worth it? Trying to chip them for 1? Yeah, I think I want to play Studio Excelsior tap so that if I draw anything next turn, I can play it. Is there anything on 4 that I need to play if I can top deck? Not really. Is there any cost-based counter spells I need to play around? Let me see. Reconsider, which is pay 2, so it's not going to matter. Yeah, I should just take this turn to play Studio Excelsior tapped. Let's see what my opponent does against Ulfro. They're going to counter it. Yeah, that makes sense. And I pass the turn. I'm assuming Elvish Witness dies here. Unless they're holding another counter spell, like they can counter Asahai, and I need to start top decking threats again. Yep, there we go. That's my Mad Dork dead, and they have enough mana to keep up a counter spell. So not looking super good for me. What do I draw? Grand Consonance. All right, so I need lands or things to do. The lands are good top decks. Bad top decks include anything that costs 5 or more, because yeah, didn't get the best start there. They're just gonna pass. Alright, no point in keeping the food around, so I'm just gonna end up turn, gain some life. What do I draw? Elvish Witness. Well, that's better than nothing. Let's see if they counter it. They don't. Would be interesting if they did, though. Alright, so Forest on top, Silver Sun Ancient. I need more land, so no, that thing goes to the bin. But yes, Forest is good here because I get to try to slam Asahai next turn. It probably gets countered, but like I get to try, and then if I top deck another land, then I get to slam Grand Consonance and it probably gets countered. But again, I get to try doing stuff. Just trying to jam spells into my opponent's counter spells until they run out of counter spells, and I get to resolve something big. They play a land and pass, so they're holding up a counter spell. Not much I can do about that. At least I get to try to jam Asahai and get it countered. And hopefully it's not a rebuff, at least, because that draw them a card. Yeah, it seems like it is, though. Okay, that's bad. So 2 more lands until I can hit Grand Consonance. The Fury Hellion would also be a pretty good draw. I also need to pay a life off a Luxurious Estate. And they're gonna play Keening Bell Tower. Oh dear. Yeah, that's well, it's getting me closer towards Grand Consonance at least, but they get to untap with some counter spells, and then yeah, they get to do Keening Bell Tower stuff. Okay, yeah, Bell Tower pings. Need to remember that. They can play Fury Hellion and put me off Consonance mana, and that'd be really bad for me. It does tap them out, so that's at least something. Oh, 2 Keening Bell Towers. Yeah, that's really annoying. Hey, maybe I can top deck a land here. Oh, wrong land to top deck. Alright, just have to play it and pass. And now they get to activate Bell Tower, and I'm really feeling the pain. Oh, they let me draw. Cool. I wish I drew this last turn. I mean, maybe they're out of counter spells. I can always hope that they're out of counter spells. And I mean, like, what, they have Sabotage, which is a hard counter. They have Reconsider, which is the soft counter that I can actually pay for next turn. And what basically I'm hoping for is that they don't have any Sabotages, and Grand Consonance flips lots of good stuff that lets me deal with this board. Alright, what do I draw? Another land, and cool. I play it out, and then I do... Alright, let's see. Does this resolve? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, I have to tap one more. Alright, so this doesn't resolve, I'm assuming. Even if they don't have counter spells in hand, they can still King Battle Tower to draw some cards and then hope to get a counter spell. Well, they play a land. What are some good top decks for me? Am I out of Silver Sun Ancients? How many copies do I run in my deck? Yeah, I'm out of Silver Sun Ancients, so the only good top deck here is Grand Constance and Friends. 3, really? Alright, please draw something relevant. Better than nothing. I'm fetching now. I'll get out my island so I don't have to pay life if I want to cast blue stuff. I'm gonna play Elvish Witness. Does it get countered? No, it does not. What do I flip? Cool. I think they're both useless right now, so I need to just dig towards Grand Consonance. Did I play a land this turn? Nah, I haven't. So I should play out my land because they don't have any discard. So like keeping cards in hand doesn't matter. Having more lands might let me pay for a reconsider or something. Ouch. Ouch. You know what? I'm just gonna concede. They have it. Alright, sideboarding time. These guys are useless. Okay, so this guy is good. Because that's kind of bad. Because it's not good against aggro. Or, I mean, it's good against aggro, not good against control. It's better against aggro. Anything else I care about? I can't really do much against them, right? Yeah, because this version doesn't run any artifact hate in the sideboard for some reason. It's running these Crown Guard bands. I mean, Crown Guard band makes sense, but bring the house down is useless, right? Like maybe it answers their own hoarding Calibre, because I can't deal with it otherwise, right? But at the same time, they don't have creatures on board for most of the game, so there's really no point in doing that. So I do this, and then I board out one Chromatic Shard. Maybe on Ulfro. Like, Ulfro doesn't have any targets. But at the same time, it's still ramp, so, like, maybe it's still good. Yeah, I'm gonna board out Ulfro. Alright, let's run this back. Like, I think having Chromatic Shard is more important, or wrapping on 2 is more important than Ulfro doing stuff on 3, because on 2 they might not have counter spells up, but on 3 it's very likely that they can counter the Ulfro. Although maybe that's a good thing. I'm not sure. Alright, let's see. Great hand. Yeah, that's amazing. Horn Calibre isn't really castable early, but that's fine. So, do I go Seal, Exelior, or Contested Passage? Or, I don't think it matters particularly. I mean, Contested Passage is good for all, but unless I draw anything else, all of these guys are going to be coming into play tapped. I guess I might as well play the best one, which is, or the one that requires me to think the least, which is Studio Excelsior. Oh, it's tapped. Okay, I see. Silver Sun Ancient. Cool. Okay, time to mill. Forest Grand Consonance. How good is this for me? I still don't have Hoarding Calibre mana. Do I want Grand Consonance in my hand? I think the answer is no, because I already have these big guys, so like I don't need more big guys. So what's happening next turn? I'm probably playing Elvish Witness, so I probably don't need to draw another land, right? Yeah, I have things to do. I can bend these two things. Right now, I think I should just focus on getting mana for Hoarding Calibre, because that's a mirror breaker in this matchup. They need a board wipe more to answer it. To be fair, I also need a board wipe to answer it, but I'm not running board wipes against them because they're the control deck, so they're actually kind of favored here against Hoarding Calibre. Now let's see if they bolt the bird. They're gonna keep up a counter spell. I mean, that's fine by me. Aren't Ascetic. That's getting countered probably. That's also so what am I looking at? Tap these guys, play Aren't Ascetic. I mean, Elvish Fitness will let me play around Reconsider, but is that worth it? Like, they're probably... This doesn't play around Essence Scatter. I think I just want to spend my mana the most efficiently, I think. Yeah, if this eats a Reconsider, then I feel really bad. If it doesn't, then what? If I play out Elvish Witness, I get to play Hoarding Calibre next turn, assuming things go well. I think that's worth it. And I'll save Aren't Ascetic for after the blows get exchanged. You could also just have removal, and like Aren't Ascetic would be good against removal, but they've been playing right now, it suggests a counter spell. So I'm going to cast Elvish Witness without alright, yeah, I have to do it like this. So let's see if it baits a counter spell from them. I also realized that yeah, I probably should have shuffled with Contested Passage first. Oh, it baited. Holy crap! This totally worked out for me because now it's not countering Aren't Ascetic anymore. So Contested Passage probably is fetching. Well, I wish I could fetch green, but it's probably fetching blue because because hoarding Calibri is how I'm gonna win the game, so I should just try to work towards that. Alright, yeah, I'll fetch blue. Wait, that means Nascent Lightning can't be untapped. More Elvish Witnesses, cool. Actually, I can name blue because these guys. Right, so Nascent Lightning, name blue, they aren't aesthetic, see what happens. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, does this resolve? They can sabotage it, but if they do that, I'm just gonna play Elvish Witness, and now I have Hoarding Calibri, another Essence Scatter. Okay, maybe I should play Elvish Witness first, but I don't think it matters exactly how I sequence it. Like, they're probably not gonna counter the second Witness, I don't think. Okay, so, interesting. Unless I have 2 removal spells, Snow Slinger is really good for me. But Estate lets me cast Hoarding Calibri, even if one of the Elvish Witnesses dies. I think I want to pay out their board wipe first, though. Well, I know I definitely want Luxurious Estate. The question is, do I want Snow Slingers first or Estate first? The worst case scenario, my Elvish Witnesses get killed. No matter what I put on top, I can't cast anything. So, assuming one Witness gets killed, both cards can do things. I mean, they're pretty far away from Fall of Virginon, so I think I should just try to gun for the cast Hoarding Calibri, even if they have a single removal spell plan, right? Yeah, I'll go with that. If they have 2 removal spells, then whatever. That means so next turn I don't do anything. The turn after that I play Snow Slinger and hope to draw into a land. But that gets me up to enough mana to start slamming these big guys, and hopefully one of them wins the game. They pass. Right, that's looking really good for me, because suggests a counter spell, and I mean, this play suggests a counter spell, but I have Hoarding Calibri. Oh, it draws on ETB too, jeez. Alright, do you want to deal with this thing? Oh, I see, they're drawing cards. Alright, so am I, actually. So let's see. No, right, I put Snow Slingers on top. Okay, I play out my land, and I have lots of mana next turn. How can they kill this thing? They can Welkin Imposter it, actually, and so they get their own Hoarding Calibri, and then these guys just stare at each other until they drift off. Well, drift off costs 5 mana to deal with this, so they're not drifting it off, I don't think. But yeah, now I get to play Snow Slingers with Hoarding Calibri in play. Kingdom Bell Tower. Okay, so they're just like gonna try to race me with Kingdom Bell Tower. Alright, I'm all for that plan. Fury Call Helion. Well, that's a pretty good answer to Kingdom Bell Tower, surprisingly enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, they're tapped out. I can just like play Snow Slingers, and that's a pretty safe draw 3, right? Oh, they're gonna concede now. Sure. Alright, so game 3. I want to bring Cathette in. I mean, it's good against aggro, but at the same time, I think Planeswalkers are just good in these matchups in general, right? Because they hardly have anything to threaten them. Well, they have tons of Brazes. Like, they're definitely bringing every single Braze they can get, and also a bunch of rebuffs. Well, I mean, what's not good in this matchup? Drift Off is still good because it answers stuff. I don't think there's actually anything worth boarding out. Actually, is Asahai just worse than Cassette here? No, it's not, because it's pluses, right? And Braze does do damage. Okay, I'll run this back then. Or actually, yeah, still not sure about Ufro versus Chromatic Shard. I mean, it's a slower matchup, right? So I just have to resolve one big thing in order to win, right? I'm not sure. I'll try this configuration because I don't know why. I'm just gonna try it. Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna randomly do this until they also decide to go, and then I'm gonna stick with the one that they ended up on. Yeah, are they gonna be ready soon? Yeah. Well, anyways, guess I'll go with this configuration. Alright, game 3. Let's go. Wonderful hand. Or is it one? Yes, it is wonderful. Then you land draw and it becomes insane. They also keep 7, so this will be an action-packed game, probably. That's a lot of drift-offs. They're playing Luxurious Estate tapped. Kind of suggests that they don't have a counterspell. And I also have my own Luxurious Estate that I'm going to be playing out. Alright, Chromatic Shard. Cool. These guys are gonna help me ramp out an early Fury Call Helion. Fury Call Helion has a good target in Luxurious Estate because that kind of mass grieves them a lot. Although I'm kind of also Fury Call Helion weak right now. I think I play Ardent Aesthetic. Like, just even if it gets countered, it's gonna clear the way for Fury Call Helion eventually. And I get to play Fury Call Helion next turn. To let it happen. Wonderful. Let's see. I'll take a land. I'm kind of low on basics right now, right? So I should take New Divide. And New Divide can fetch red, which lets me play Fury Call without losing any life. Yeah. Did I play a land this turn? Right, Fury Call. I get to play an extra land off Ardent Aesthetic. And I pass the turn. Let's see what my opponent has. Is it Ancestral Secrets? Yep. Alright, so they're probably gonna pass the turn holding up counter spells for Fury Call Helion. And I don't really want to play into that, so I'll probably just hold off from casting Fury Call Helion until they tap out for something. Or no, they can just keep doing that. They have too much instant speed. No, they're tapping out. Essence Scatter, I guess? Braze. Alright, sure, that's fine. That's a phrase that isn't going towards Fairy Calhelion, so I'm happy about that. Is this a suspiciously untapped Essence Scatter? Essence Passage, cool. Here I just play Ardent Ascetic number 2 and see how my opponent reacts. Yeah. Do I fetch with New Divide right now? I think I do because I don't want to flip lands off Ardent Ascetic. So I'll just fetch the extra mountain in case I ever want to cast Fairy Calhelion without paying life. And is there anything that I can't cast if I tap this guy? No, there isn't. Alright, does this resolve? They're gonna counter it. Cool. That's still gonna be Fairy Calhelion coming down soon. Did I play land this turn? I don't think I did, right? No, I didn't. Oh, Contested Patches is gonna be tapped. I think it's worth it paying an extra life in order to play Chromatic Shard untapped, I think. Like, it lets me stock up some mana. Okay, so that's untapped land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana. I have access to 8 mana next turn. So here I just hope they've already ran out of Essence Scatters. Alternatively, they can tap out for Bell Tower here, and that'd be really good because I get the Fury Calhelion on their estate, which completely screws them, but they just pass. What could they be holding? Well, it doesn't matter now because I can just keep playing Fury Calhelions, right? Yeah, it's just Fury Calhelion after Fury Calhelion. Do I want to play an untapped land? Fury Calhelion can possibly untap the Contested Passage. I think if I ever get, if I get reconsidered, I'd like to not spend my Chromatic Shards paying for it, so I'll do it like this. Alright, Fury Calhelion number 1. Does it get countered? It does not. Do they have Welkin Imposter? I think that's the only play that makes sense here. I think they do, right? Are they gonna... No, they literally have nothing. That's pretty unfortunate for them, actually. Then they... Okay, they didn't have 2 reconsiders. Wonderful. So I think I'm in a very good spot right now because... I mean, they have 8 cards in hand, so they probably have the mana to answer the Fury Calhelion, but can they answer the second Fury Calhelion? Oh. Well, that's Fury Calhelion target number 2. They're gonna play it tapped. What? Alright, interesting. So do they just not have an answer to this thing? I have to assume that's what's happening. You'll do Excelsior. Cool. Alright, I'm attacking first. Let's see how they deal with this. You just take it. So what's worst case scenario here? They sabotage my Fury Calhelion, or they have Essence Scatter or anything like that. So they kill my Fury Calhelion, or they deal with my second Fury Calhelion. They untap, kill my Fury Calhelion, and then now we're even again, except they have a bunch of cards in hand, and they have some drift offs that I can't really use right now. Well, I should have boarded out some drift offs, but I was just super scared of Bell Tower. Well, anyways, yeah, Fury Calhelion number 2. How do you deal with this? Sabotage? Okay, yeah, sure. That's expected. Please do the Excelsior and pass the turn. Maybe I should have played Contested Passage because it would have let me crack the food without using any Chromatic Shards. 3 life could matter in this matchup because they have their own Helions and they also have Bell Towers. So is it Follow Burden on? If they use the board wipe to deal with my only Helion, I think I'm alright with that trade. Oh, Drift Off. Oh, right. Okay, I'm pretty happy about having Drift Off in my deck then, because now I get to Drift Off my opponent's Drift Off, and that gets Fury Calhelion triggers. It's actually super hilarious. I think I played Drift Off. Yeah, I played Drift Off, see how they react to it. Or alternatively, I can play Snow Siren's False Spring and see how they react to it. They probably just let it resolve though. Do I want Snow Siren's? Okay, so do I have enough mana to do everything I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I do. I can go Snow Siren's into Drift Off. Well, if I want to get something, if there's anything I want to get countered, it's gonna be Drift Off, I think. So I should just play that first. Yeah. Let's see if, I mean, I'm assuming they definitely have counter for this. Am I in any rush to get my Helion back? Rebuff. Cool. Well, if I get my Fury Calhelion back, I blow up their Luxurious Estate. But on the other hand, I can probably get Fury Calhelion back at a way more inopportune time for them. And if they drop another, if they drop a Bell Tower or something, I can drift off 2 things. I think it's probably worth just playing Snow Singers first. Play it while they're tapped out. This might have just lost me the game, but I'm not sure. Well, that's more Fury Calhelions coming down soon. Did I play land this turn? I doubt I did, right? I haven't. Or do I? No, well, I can fetch, I can play Elvish Witness this turn. Is that good? Basically trades a Chromatic Shard for an Elvish Witness and sets up my draws for next turn. I think that's worth it. It only costs 2 life to do, too. Just forces them to have something to do. So, yeah, I'll do that. Even though that does spend on my Chromatic Shards, but I have plenty of mana now. I'll fetch my only island because I don't want to have to spend life on blue in case I draw Asahai. So yeah, I'll just play Elvish Witness and see what's on top. Cool. That's Hoarding Colibri. Overall is kind of useless right now, so yeah, but Hoarding Colibri on top. So looking extremely good for me. If they don't answer the Hoarding Colibri, Drift Off's gonna do it. Or I can just like play Helion into drift off. Holy crap, I can't do that this turn. Well, if they don't deal with Elvish Witness, it's also threatening on Snowslinger untap. Yeah, I'm basically attacking on all angles right now. They pass. Cool. Are they gonna let me untap? Okay, how much does Hoarding Colibri cost again? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they can have a removal spell and prevent me from untapping with Snowslingers. I think I want them to use their board wipe before Hoarding comes down. No, Hoarding has ward 3, so like Drift Off now kills Hoarding. I should save Drift Off in case they also have Drift Off, so that if they play their own Drift Off, I can Drift Off their Drift Off and then get Hoarding Colibri plus Spherical Hellion back. And that's a huge swing turn, so that probably just wins me the game. In that case, I should start off with Spherical Hellion, right? Actually, it's kind of annoying how I can't spend my mana in the way that I want to. Contested pass. Wait, Hoarding Colibri. No, it doesn't matter. I think the play here is Fury Call, see how they react, and then see how they react, yeah. I don't want to play everything into a board wipe, so I should... No, maybe I just use Hoarding Colibri as bait for the board wipe. I think, yeah, Hoarding Colibri is just good here. And I don't want to untap the Snowshians then. I just don't want to play out my hand here, because they might have a board wipe. I think... Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I think I'll do this first. I'll have to lose one. Actually, I'll do this. They let it happen. Wonderful. So it's just drift off, and if they drift off, then they have to sort of tap out during their main phase, and I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, right, I could have... Okay, Ulfro is a pretty good card to play right now. Do they want to counter it? Like, I'm pretty happy if you spend counter spells on this thing. Sure, that's a Grand Consonance that's not getting hit. Although now they know what's in my hand. They say GG. Do they not have an answer to any of these guys? Oh, okay. Well, I got a pretty good game then. Looks like I got the threats and they didn't have the answers. How impactful was that Furical Hellion on 2, or on that turn where I blew up their only Luxurious estate anyways? I have to assume it was pretty impactful because it basically delayed their drift off by a turn. Alright, but that means I'm top cutting, so yeah, thank you Drake for wishing me well, and I guess I'll see you guys in the top cut.